Welcome back. In this tutorial we will talk about logical operator. What's logical operator? If you see this three sign is a logical operator. The first one we already used. In here we have not equal, and at the same time you can use this not equal, and this not equal is logical. So you have to think about your code and how you can manage this logical operator for your code. Okay, so we have two things, like one of them is or and one of them and. Okay, or is like a pipe, and is double and together to mean and. Okay, so for the first one, which is or, like for example in here in this example we have this or logical operator, and here if one of these sides, one of them is true, then it will show this part. That means it's true. So whatever is inside the curly bracket, it will gonna show. But if you say else and show something else here, something else, it will not gonna show, because this one right here, it will pass true. If we will print out this statement, actually, if we will print out this and copy it and put it right in here, and it will show us that's true because one side of it is true. Indeed, if you look at here, we have a my balance equal to 300 and something's price is 350, right? And if you look at the code, the right part, the first part is not true, right? It's false. But when you go to the second one, when we add the discount for it, which is $100, then it became true. So in the OR logical operator, one side of it, if it is true, then it's true. If I will run this code, it will go through it, and it will, if you see, we print out this part and print true. That means it's true. But in the same time, let's use the AND operation, and the AND is opposite. So, or one side, if true, both of them is true. It's make the statement is true. But the AND operation, it's if one side is false, then it will be false, right? So you have to think about your code before you write and see how you can manage this informations in your code, where you use or and where you use and. For example, if you have some logical operators and you wanted to make sure 100% that the one part of your code will show when 100% there is no way around, they should equal to true. Okay, then you can use and. But if you wanted to show if one part is true, for example, you have a questions, okay, and you have 4 choice, and inside this 4 choice, maybe 2 of them is true, and you can use or and say if the answer is equal to 2 answer, right? If one of them is equal to true, then give instead 5 point, or instead 10 point, give it 5 points and tell, okay, one of them is true, one of them is wrong. Okay, then this way you can use or. But if you wanted to be sure 100% everything is correct and you have 2 answer, and you have to, the person has to choose 2 answer in this place, and whenever they will click one answer and try to escape the solve, and it will pop up something and say please select 2 choice instead 1, then this way they will select 2 choice. Then if it's true, then another message will pop up and say, okay, congratulations, you got 5 points. If not, you got nothing, something like this. Okay, so just make sure you remember the and is used when 100% both sides is true, then it will become true. Else, if one of them true and one of them false, then your code will not work the way that you want to be working. Okay, so this is the difference between and or. And if I run the project right now, we can see it will go pass by this one, and because this part is false and this part is true, and print out the false, because at the else statement we just simply print out the statement itself. Okay, so this is the if statement. So we have two different type of if statements, which we previously talked about, the relational operators, which is this sign. Make sure remember how they are look like and how they are act, and make sure you will make up your own example and use them inside the example. Okay, and see how they are working, and print out the statement itself and see if it is true or if it is false, and this way you will understand how when they are true and when they are false. Okay, and the second part of if statement is logical operator, and logical operator also you can use the not or and, which we explained about both of them and how you can use it, and make sure you will go through them one by one and try to understand where they became false and where they became true. So whenever they true, whatever you code inside the curly bracket will gonna show whatever. Okay, but if it's not true, then it will go after that and show inside the else statement. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, there is about if and else, and I hope you have understand the logic and how they are working. In the next tutorial we will talk about when and how you can use when in Kotlin language, and it's pretty similar to the if statements, and you can use the same thing in the if statements as you use for when, but you can see how powerful is it if you have something similar and you wanted to like if you come from the iOS like a enum, you can use the enum, and depends of that enum, wherever you got, you take out one by one and show which one is accurate and is equal to the number that you want to show in the screen. Okay, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.